back to another episode of Built from the Inside Out. Today, we're talking all things related to entrepreneurship, and who better to have with me today than my guest, Mario Duarte. Mario, thank you for being here today.
Hi, well, welcome. Thank you for having me here. It's a real pleasure being here and talking to you. We've been talking about it, and this is the first time we do it, so great.
Yeah, so tell us all about tell us how many businesses do you own?
Well, I
Or are
do a
you
lot
a
of
part
things.
of?
I was born in Guatemala, so let me tell you a little bit about me, and
Okay.
we'll go from there 'cause it's all related.
Hmm.
I was born in Guatemala, and uh, my parents were farmers, so I grew up near a farm. So we grew up in the field a lot, not a lot, but we worked outside. And at an early age, I was trained as a tailor. So that's what I've been doing all my life is a tailor.
Okay.
So I learned the trade back in Guatemala, and then
Hmm.
when I came here, started working immediately as a tailor. I worked for different stores like Neiman Marcus and big names, and I opened my own business about 25 years ago. so
Okay, so back in Guatemala, was it like how old were you when you started?
So I was 11 years old
Oh,
when I
wow,
became a
very young.
tailor, very young, and I was always in business for myself since I was 14.
Oh, wow.
So at an early age, my brother, who was also a tailor, who started teaching me,
Hmm.
had a little convenience store.
Okay.
And when he came to the States, I was the only one that knew the business. So I was kind of forced to stay with the business,
Hmm.
and we actually grew it a little bit, and I kind of developed a passion for selling things and doing business. And I love that. So my mom gave me my first sewing machine when I was 14.
Okay.
So I started
Did
making,
she used to do that too, or no?
yes, she used to
Okay.
make our clothes when we were kids.
Okay.
And, but she didn't sew for a long time. So she gave me her machine. She was an
Okay.
old machine. Uh, and kind of helped me set up a small shop at the house. And I would work with schools, different people.
Would you like make uniforms?
Yes, so
Okay.
I was making uniforms. So I
Okay.
was always working with the music bands and stuff like that.
Okay.
So as soon as I came here,
Mhm.
I started doing the same work and getting more training. Uh,
Mhm.
Basically, learning the way that it was supposed to be done here in the states, and not the way I learned.
Was it very different?
Completely different.
Really?
Especially because what we do here is clothes is already made.
Okay.
Somebody already made the garments, and they just don't fit people, uh,
Okay.
different bodies. So that's where we come
Mhm.
in here. We
Okay.
are the ones that make these clothes fit fit different bodies.
Mhm.
So that's
So
why
you're
we are.
not just what's that?
That's why we are so essential. 'Cause
Yeah, for sure. So you guys don't make anything from scratch. Like if I say I saw this dress, can I come to you and can you make me this dress?
yes, we can, and we
Okay.
actually do a lot of that.
Okay.
In fact, we are the designers for the Houston Rockets,
Mhm.
cheerleaders,
Okay.
for uh,
Their
the
uniforms?
dancers. Yes, so we
Okay.
do everything that they wear on the court. Pretty much,
Mhm.
we make it.
That's awesome.
This particular set of uniforms that we just did for the last season was pretty interesting because
Mhm.
we designed everything from scratch.
Oh, wow.
The owners wanted a very specific uniform,
Mhm.
kind of retro, using the colors from back then,
Okay.
and we were able to bring that back and use the right colors and the style that they were looking for. So they were happy
Mm.
with it, and
That's awesome.
so that was a great experience for us.
Is that the picture that's on the
Yes.
screen?
So
Okay.
those blue, red, and white uniforms.
I like them.
Yeah, and they have like the shoulders are different. They are like puffy sleeves. That
Oh, I
kind of like
see.
it's like a retro uniform, but
Mhm.
made in today's for
Okay.
today's day. So
Yeah. And for those listening, if you go to memorialtailors.com, you'll be able to see it on the page
oh,
to see what we're
absolutely.
talking about.
And we've been doing
Yeah.
the Rockets for a long time. We also have worked with the Houston Dynamos, and
Okay.
so we do a lot of that. And we also make dresses, swimsuits, and stuff like that.
Okay.
Um, it's just that we're we're so busy with
Mhm.
like bridal, which is our biggest part of our business right now.
Mhm.
Uh, we do we work and we collaborate with a lot of stores, a lot of
Okay.
boutiques, a lot of bridal stores, and
Mhm.
they recommend the brides to us and
Ah,
complete. We
okay.
basically complete
Right.
everything and
Mhm.
uh, work with the bride until the end. And I think that has helped our business a lot.
Okay.
We love doing that. So
Yeah. Do you find that one to be the most rewarding? The
it
bridal
is.
dresses?
It
Yeah.
is. It's a longer process, but
Mhm.
it's so cool to see because wedding dresses, 99% of them don't fit uh, the
The bride?
girls. I mean, just don't.
Okay.
They're too long, too big.
Mm.
Uh, the bride usually wants to make some modifications to the design,
Mhm.
and we can do all that. Up, update it. We can also, but we do a lot, which is really cool.
Mhm.
We work with, so let's say your mom got married in this particular dress, and
Mhm.
she wants to give you that dress.
Okay.
We can make that dress look fit you using
Okay.
either pieces of the old dress
Mhm.
or just using the entire dress
That's
and
awesome.
reconfigure it. So that's really cool too.
Yeah, I bet. Because I'm not married, but
Hey,
it's
the day's coming soon.
yeah. Maybe I'll give you a call. Like Mario.
Oh, absolutely. We would love to.
Yeah. Yeah, but I can only imagine, it's supposed to be the girl's happiest day and
It
to
is.
have her mom's old dress and fix it to how she likes it. I can't even
That is
imagine the feeling.
the experience for them, for both of them.
Mhm.
Because the
Aw.
mom, feels like the dress is just trash now. I can't do anything with it. It's just there.
Mm.
And when the girl decides to, the daughter decides to wear that, it means the world to the mother, I believe.
Aw, I bet.
Yeah, especially if it has great memories.
Mhm.
Um, so all that i- is awesome to see the last day, to see the final pictures and see how beautiful it looks.
Yeah, I
It's
can
rewarding.
imagine. Well, for those who don't know how we met, let's go. Cause I feel like I've been your client
For a long
for at
time.
least 3 of your businesses that I know
Yes.
of.
Yes. Which is
Yeah.
fantastic. I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course.
Uh,
Well, you have great products and you're good at what you do.
well,
So
thank
obviously,
you.
yeah. So we met at Lake Travis,
Yes.
partying.
My favorite spot in the whole world, I think, just because
Yeah.
years ago,
Mhm.
I don't work at the shops as much as I used to back in the days.
Okay.
But I used to work a lot,
Mhm.
and people would tell me that I didn't have a hobby, that I just worked, which
Okay.
was true.
Mhm.
So a friend of mine took me to Lake Travis back in a few years ago, and some customers would tell me about it.
Mhm.
And when I went for the first time, I was like, "This is it."
You fell in love
And
with
when
it.
I was on a boat the first time, I was like, at Lake Travis,
Mhm.
I was like, "This is the lake, and this is what I want to be doing. I want to come here more."
Yeah. You're like, I found my hobby.
Yes. And so years later, we decided to invest in Lake Travis, just we liked it so much, and we made it a little business, and that's what we do.
So what did you invest in?
So I've been doing real estate along
Okay.
all my businesses uh, from day one.
Okay, let's backtrack real quick so I
Yes.
can get your full story. So you're in Guatemala.
Yes.
You're making uniforms, all that
And
stuff.
helping family at the farm.
Okay, and helping at the farm. What did you do at the farm?
So it was my dad was a farmer all
Okay.
his life, and we had a few cows.
Mhm.
Uh, we would milk cows, and
Okay.
my mom will make cheese,
Okay.
fresh cheese, and all kinds of cheese.
Mhm.
And we also sold wood to the bakeries, restaurants, and people that make tortillas. They also
Mhm.
burn wood, so
Okay.
we provided wood for them too. So that was part of our job is doing that
Okay.
while we went to school.
Oh wow.
So it was amazing. So
Mhm.
we worked as kids, which is
Mhm.
considered child labor here. You're helping the family. There's no work. It's just you're just doing what you are supposed to do, contribute to the family,
Yeah.
and that's how life goes. I never knew I was working
I,
until
I
people
like
say
that.
I was working.
Yeah.
I thought I was having fun because
And I think that's
Um,
awesome because you were basically an entrepreneur since what, 11?
11 years old. So
Yeah.
yes, uh, I, I had a job since I was 8.
Oh, wow.
Not a, it was a real job actually. I
Mm-hmm.
got paid for it
Yeah.
by the church.
Okay.
So our city is it's very Catholic, and it has
Okay.
a few churches,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them they were really close to our family, and so we would go and visit the church. So
Mm-hmm.
they gave me a job. They would pay me $8 a month to feed this old lady that was my next door neighbor,
Really? Okay.
and so they were in charge of providing her with food. So
Okay.
I would go and get the food and feed the lady, and then wait
That's
for the
nice.
container and take it back.
Yeah.
And I was a little kid, but that's what I did. So,
that's
uh,
that's cool.
so I've been working all my life,
Okay.
basically.
So then at what time did you I mean, how old were you when you came to the US?
I was 18 years old when I
18.
came. Yeah,
Okay.
so I've been here for a long time.
Okay. So you're here at the in the US. Did you come with family or
So my brothers have been here,
okay.
had been here for 10 years, and
Mhm.
I had no intentions of coming.
Mhm.
Um, I used to play soccer a lot,
Okay.
and I was part of a few teams, and
Mhm.
I was doing good, I thought,
Mhm.
and I had a job and I had a business, so I wasn't really thinking about moving.
Mhm.
But my sister and my brother were wanting to come here, and um, I decided to buy a ticket. I will got my visa
Mhm.
and decided to come here, and I loved it.
Yeah.
So
Where did you come? Did you come to Houston?
to Houston. So I've
Okay.
only lived in Houston, but I visited many places, and I love Houston. I think
Yeah.
it's a welcoming city.
Yeah. It's a melting pot.
Yes, it is. I feel good here.
yeah. And so then you started working.
So as soon as I got here,
Mhm.
I for a moment I didn't want to be a tailor anymore because
Okay.
I didn't think that I could make money with it. 'Cause it was it's a tough business in Latin America.
Mhm.
Uh, but a lot of my brother's friends who were older and worked for a lot of the good retail stores. They were the head tailors there. They were saying how good the job was, and that there was nothing better for me, and there was a need for me, for people like me,
Okay.
young tailors, which was a dying trade. Nobody wants to be a tailor anymore.
Mhm.
So I didn't know that I was an asset for a lot of the stores because I was the youngest tailor everywhere I went,
Okay.
and that opened a lot of doors for me. So these guys encouraged me to continue being a tailor,
Mhm.
and they connected me with this older guy who had a tailor shop, and I think gave me the greatest opportunity in life. Not only taught me the work
Mhm.
the way it was supposed to in a very professional way.
Mhm.
He was like a director of alterations for a lot of big companies like Sakowitz and Macy's and all those companies.
Mhm.
So he knew a lot, and I learned, I think, from the best. And he also gave me an opportunity to work and be the head of the shop. So he gave
Okay.
me the entire shop, and I
Oh
was
wow.
really young. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was 19,
Mhm.
and I was running a shop,
Okay.
and
That's really
and
cool.
that was an amazing experience.
Mhm.
And from then on, people have always helped me without even asking for help. And what I'm about to tell you is crazy. So a guy calls the shop one day,
Mhm.
and and he says he wants to talk to me. And he said, "Hey, my name is Raul. You don't know me. I don't know you, but I've heard good things about you. And I want you to not work for that guy and come and work for this store. I already told him about you, and the guy is waiting you at 2 p.m. today." I'm like, "Man, I have a job. I can't just
Just get
go."
up and go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says, "Please do it. It's a good opportunity for you." And he says, "You have to wear a suit." I'm like, "Man, I don't own a suit."
You're a tailor and you
Yeah,
don't own
but
a
I didn't
suit?
own a suit. I just
yeah.
didn't own one. And so I used my brother's suit and I went to the interview.
mhm.
I was so young, being interviewed by this Italian tailor that was 60 years old, and asking me all kinds of questions, which I answered, and I got the job, and became the head tailor for one of the good clothing stores,
Okay.
which gave me a lot of challenges because of uh, how young I looked and I was, and I was working with oil and gas people buying expensive suits,
Oh,
and
okay.
they at first they didn't want me to work on them because they thought I didn't know what I was doing.
They thought you were just starting off.
But once they saw me work, they were like, "I want that guy." So that changed everything. And
Mhm.
from then on, I would get calls at the store from other companies wanting me because as soon as they heard that I was a young professional tailor,
Mhm.
uh, every store wanted one of those. And so
Wow.
I was extremely lucky to where they offered me a lot of jobs. So I never had to really look for a job, and
That's
that helped me a lot.
awesome.
So
I think that's so cool when people find something they like and they're good at. They
it,
say that's like your happy.
that's the hardest part is to find something you really enjoy doing and you're
Mm-hmm.
willing to do it even for free, right?
Right.
And that, that is the most complicated part. Once you get there, it's easy because then you can just do it,
Mm-hmm.
which I think you're doing. Finding everything you like to do and enjoying your job. So
Yes,
it makes it a lot easier, isn't it?
it does. Yes. I feel like I've become a little bit of a workaholic. It'll be like 8 at night and I'm still sitting there doing
But it
stuff on the
doesn't feel
computer.
that way, right?
And it doesn't feel that way. And then I'm like, okay, fine, I have to go, spend time with my boyfriend. Not like in a bad way, but I'm like, okay, I have to like make myself get up and stop what I'm doing. And then in the morning, as soon as I wake up, I'll just like brush my teeth and then head straight to the computer. Like I feel
Oh,
like this isn't healthy, but I just enjoy it that much.
it, that happens to everybody that works on their own and have dreams and want to do all this, right?
Mhm.
Uh, you just can't stop
Mhm.
because you feel like you're wasting time, and it happens to
Exactly.
me. And I have this desire to continue learning and
Mhm.
do new things and do more things, and that's my life.
Yeah. That's
So,
awesome. So you were working for all these big companies and then
so one day, a friend of mine, which is the guy that trained me back in Guatemala, opened a
mhm.
shop with somebody else,
Okay.
and he invited me to come see it, and I went, and 3 months into it, they got into an argument, a fight, and they decided to sell the shop.
Okay.
Um, since I'd been working for good companies, I was making decent money, I thought,
Mhm.
and I was saving all my money because I was working so hard. I couldn't even like. I was working from. I would get to Neiman Marcus at 8 in the morning.
Mhm.
The store wasn't even open, and we would start working in the back early.
Mhm.
At noon, I would go to my other job, which was next door.
Okay.
So I would just go from the one store and go to the other,
Uh-huh.
and that store would close at 9. So I
Okay.
wouldn't leave the mall until 9 or 10
Oh, wow.
p.m. So it was a lot of work,
Mhm.
7 days a week
Wow.
for a couple of years. And I did that and I saved money. I didn't even know that I was going to use it. I just had money saved.
Mhm.
And I had $10,000, which it was a lot then, but it's not a lot today. But they sold the shop for $10,000. And that's what I did is I bought the first shop that was barely running.
Okay.
And it was a horrendous location. Uh,
Where was it at?
Sharpstown.
Where is it?
In Sharpstown,
Oh, I
Bel Air, and
okay.
uh, really bad.
Okay.
Uh, it was so bad that
Mhm.
the mall was dangerous back then too,
Oh, okay.
and there were a lot of drug busts happening at the mall, and they
Mhm.
would bring them to our shopping center, and it just looked bad.
Yeah.
So it was hard to get business in that area.
Okay.
Luckily, the same guys that trained me throughout the years
Mhm.
always looked out for me and always wanted the best for me.
Mhm.
One day he came and looked at me and said, "Man, you're suffering here. You need to move." He said, "If I was going to open a business, I would open it at this location," which happened in Willowbrook. And I went to see it, and it was love at first sight.
Yeah.
I saw it, and I had worked at the mall before across the street. So
Mhm.
that for me was everything. I saw it, and I'm like, oh, I can make it
Mhm.
here. And it felt good. Immediately, I started contacting all the other people that I worked with in the past,
Mhm.
all the stores, told them I was in business already, that they could send me business, and they did.
Mhm.
Everybody responded really good, and I started getting business from the stores that I used to work for. And
Okay.
so I I learned at an early age that having a great relationship with people
Mhm.
is it's key. I
Yes.
could have been a bad employee and and get mad at my boss, right, for things that I did or they did,
Mhm.
and be end up in bad terms. But I would not have those people referring business to me once I was in business, and I used that
Right. Yeah.
so well, that
Mhm.
it worked.
I think that's very important.
The key.
Yes.
People burn bridges all the time.
Mhm.
And they don't understand how important they are down the road. I mean, it's a round world and
Mhm.
comes around in ways you have no idea.
Yeah.
So it's helped me a lot throughout the years, and that location was fantastic. We were one of the busiest shops in Houston,
Mhm.
and we did that for so long, and I kind of got tired of it because I worked so hard,
Oh, okay. Were you working 7 days?
6 days, 7 days a week. So
Mhm.
I decided to sell my business because
Okay.
I was married, uh,
Okay.
and so I got a divorce, and I sold my business,
Okay.
saying that I wasn't gonna do tailoring anymore. Which
Wait,
is
so was that business called Memorial Tailors or
that
no?
business was Prestige Tailors, which still
Okay.
has my name. I sold everything with my name on it. It says Prestige Tailors by Mario.
Oh, okay.
So I sold it years ago, and
Mhm.
I thought I wasn't gonna do tailoring anymore. I was just gonna do real estate because I've been doing real estate for so many years. So which
So
is
so while you were working that.
before I actually bought the
Oh.
business,
Uh-huh.
I I was already buying real estate,
Okay.
but very little. So I was buying land in Guatemala
Okay.
and very little,
Mhm.
just pieces of land that helped me do other things later,
Mhm.
um, which I built a hotel in Guatemala and
Oh wow,
which I
I didn't know
sold.
that.
So
That's
I've
so
done a lot
cool.
of things, and
Okay.
so with the investment that I had there, I decided
Mhm.
not to sell the investment. I mean, sell the investment, but to make another investment, which is
Okay.
build a hotel.
Okay.
And we did that because our city is visited by a lot of people.
Mhm.
So uh, we built a hotel, which was successful for many years. And in 2011, we sold it.
Okay.
And we sold it in bought in Austin, which is why Austin exists the way it does, because it's kind of like not a hotel, but it's we're still in hospitality. So
Right.
I've done hospitality almost all my life.
Okay.
So it's just things that I've done since I was a kid
Mhm.
that as an adult, I continue to do. So that's why you see that I do coffee
Okay.
because it's been part of my life.
Mhm.
We had a small coffee farm, very little, and so I
I
worked
feel
with
like I
coffee
need
all
to
my
go
life.
back to my mom and be like, "How come you didn't have me working when I was younger? I
I
could be rich right now."
I think the kids miss out so much on. We usually don't like to do what our parents do.
Right.
But I think it's a mistake to not even want to learn or see how they do certain things because
Mm.
I see
We were
it with
talking about that
women.
today.
They say, I wish I would have seen my mom make this particular food because she makes it so good, right?
Mhm.
And sometimes your mom is not around anymore, and
Right.
that's one of the things that they wish that they would have learned.
Mhm.
Um, so we were involved with the family, so we had to learn all kinds of things, which
That's
was
awesome.
enjoyable.
So right now you have okay, so you have Memorial Tailors,
Yes,
and then you have the coffee.
yes,
You have real estate.
yes.
What else do you do?
And so hospitality, so in Austin, right?
Mhm.
And right now, so I partner up with a local chef.
Okay. I'm not familiar.
So we partner up this year,
Okay.
and uh, Victoria Elizondo, she's a phenomenal chef in Houston,
Okay.
and to do a food truck concept.
Ah.
So she's doing it. I have nothing to do with food.
Yeah.
uh,
You're just investing in it.
yeah, we're just part of it,
Okay.
and we're gonna have coffee, and so. But
Okay.
it's a great concept. The food is phenomenal.
What kind of food is it?
So it's Mexican food,
Uh-huh.
made from scratch
Mhm.
with fresh ingredients. So
Is it open already?
she's already operating at a different place, but
Okay.
we are not operating yet. So we have
Okay.
all the permits, and we're ready to go. We're gonna be located on I-10 in Shepherd,
Okay.
Durham and Shepherd.
Okay.
Um, it's another piece of property that we've had for years and had no use for
Okay.
it, but this now became a reality. So I think it's
That's
gonna be
awesome.
great.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on the
So
lookout
I
for
will
that.
let you know so you can have some
Yeah.
phenomenal street tacos. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hopefully she makes her ceviche
Oh, I love
so good.
ceviche.
She have
Yeah.
to see her making it. It's just the way she makes it. It's good, and
Hmm.
she puts it in a bowl and all these fresh ingredients, and she's mixing it in, and she adds this the that milk, whatever they call it, the tiger, leche de tigre is what they call it in
I don't
Spanish,
even know what that is.
and that gives it this flavor, and
Huh.
it's just so good,
Okay, I'll have
and
to
it's
try
just
it.
fresh.
Yeah.
She squeezes everything on it, so
Yeah.
it's just so good.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yes, so we do the coffee. The coffee has my mother's name, so Apolonia is my mom.
Okay.
She passed away in 2015,
Oh, I'm
which
sorry.
I went to the funeral,
Hmm.
and a lot of the family friends came. I don't know if you are familiar how the viewings happen when somebody dies. How the viewings happen in Latin America. How
The
they have the
the casket.
yes,
Uh
and
huh.
it's right there at a house or it's at a private place. They close
Okay.
the streets and there's chairs outside and everybody comes and eat.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's
Yeah, I didn't know
it's
that.
a celebration of life, not a celebration, not a
Not a
so
morning.
no. So people
Okay.
pray and
Hmm.
they're sad and they do all that and usually
Hmm.
inside the house. But everybody else is talking, is having a good time, is actually sharing stories. There's somebody saying jokes.
I love
There's
that.
liquor involved,
Like
lots of
a literal
coffee, and
celebration.
nobody goes to bed until like 5 or 6 in the morning.
Oh
So
wow. Okay.
it's kind of cool, I think.
Yeah.
And so we met with some of our friends and people that I went to school with,
Mhm.
and they are coffee farmers.
Okay.
And I suggested that since I was here
Mhm.
and they were there, and with this global economy, that we should do something.
Mhm. Yeah.
And they said, "So what about coffee?" I said, "Well, let's do coffee." So we started doing coffee. So they sent me
Mhm.
some samples, and I wanted to work with them just because I know how they do everything.
Mhm.
It's a great farm,
Okay.
um, and it's my friend.
Mhm. Yeah.
And so they've been working with us for the last 4 years. Uh, and so that's where we have Apolonia. And you have been a great customer of ours. And I know you try our
I love
coffee.
it. Yeah.
And I love that our colors of that particular bag.
Match my brand.
Yes,
Yes.
that was so good. I didn't realize that until today that is right next
When
to
you
each other.
saw it,
Yeah, they
yeah.
match perfect.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
Yeah, of course. So you have different ones. So when I bought it, I just looked up the colors and I was like, oh, so this is
That's it.
perfect. But so there's you have different colors, different names.
Different coffee.
What's the difference? Yeah.
So we import.
Mhm.
So this particular coffee that we or this particular farm that we work with,
Mhm.
it, this is what we call a direct trade,
Okay.
which is what a lot of roasters and coffee people love to do. Which is so there's a lot of ways you can buy coffee, right?
Okay.
The big companies uh, that are not specialty coffee,
Mhm.
they buy commercial coffee, and commercial coffee is bought uh, at a different price, and we buy specialty coffee, and
Okay.
that's usually traded directly with the farmer. So you go and visit the farm, you see the plants, you see the product that you're gonna buy,
Mhm.
and you have this relationship with the farmer that you can see this the effort, the hard work that they put in the farm.
Mm.
Uh, it's just so good to see how the coffee
Yeah.
grows, uh, how this particular family takes care of the farm in a sustainable way. So
Mhm.
um, there's a lot of acres that are dedicated to a natural reserve,
Okay.
and so all that is taken into consideration.
Okay.
Um, they produce great coffees, and just this relationship that we have, it's been so good. So I carry two of their coffees. They're brothers,
Okay.
and their father passed away a couple of years ago, and so they split the farm. So now there are two farms,
Okay.
and so I buy from both of them. And so those are the two coffees that I have, which is one is called Pinalito, which is the purple label, and
Okay.
that's from one particular lot from from the farm, and the other one is from the bigger farm, which is his brother's. And then we also work with some importers here locally, and we
Mhm.
import coffee from Colombia. We have some. We have a Colombian coffee. We are
Mhm.
also bringing new coffees this year. So we're rebranding, not rebranding, but updating our website, our
Okay.
product. As you can see, we have some handmade product.
Yeah, I love that. I
Yes,
was so impressed with both of them, but this one I was like, because you can feel.
yes,
Yeah.
it's really good what we did. So
Mhm.
we work with uh, a person in Mexico
Okay.
who they're artists. They make jarritos,
Oh,
and so we got this specially made for us and some of the people that buy our coffee, some of the restaurants, and we also made some for them,
okay.
and they came out really pretty. and
Mhm.
uh, and we also have a delicious café de olla, which is a very Mexican product, so that goes well with the jarrito. So we have
Ah,
café de olla,
okay.
which I should have brought you a bag of café de olla,
It's okay.
and uh, and so that goes perfect with that. And
Mhm.
the other ones are made in Guatemala.
Okay.
And there is a town in Guatemala near the lake and the volcanoes.
Mhm.
Um, and they're families of artists that make ceramic. And
Okay.
their work is amazing, all handmade.
Mhm.
It takes days and days to make a batch of mugs just because it
Okay.
goes through a lengthy process. So,
Huh.
they use all natural products. So they're it's a family, so you can see
Mhm.
the daughter, the son, sometime even uh, the adults, the older
Mhm.
ones are painting. It's just cool.
That's
So
awesome.
so that something that I wanted to do. And last year when I had a delay on my container of coffee,
Mhm.
I asked the guys if I could bring some mugs, and they said yes, of course. So I brought 700 mugs,
Oh, wow.
which they sold uh, in 3 months, real quick.
That's
I
awesome.
sold them on Etsy because Etsy sells
Okay.
a lot of that product, which is they
Right.
have the client that's really looking for it.
Mhm.
So I opened up an Etsy store,
Okay.
and the mugs did amazing.
Wow.
I ran out before Christmas,
Oh,
uh,
wow.
and it takes so long for them to make them and to send them to me. So I didn't
Okay.
get my new shipment until July this year,
Okay.
and we just started putting them up for sale again, and they are moving really quick. So this
Okay.
time I have a lot of mugs,
Yeah.
and
So they can find them on Etsy. How
yes,
do they
right now,
search for them?
and on our website right
In
now,
the
I just put
website?
them on the website, but
Okay.
on Etsy is when we
Mhm.
where we had them, and we have a history with them,
Oh, okay.
and we sold a lot of them
That's
last year.
awesome.
So those are just little things that we've been doing.
Mhm.
Um,
I'm gonna have to get your info from them maybe because we're trying to make boxes for the tequila. You think
Absolutely,
so?
yeah.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things that you
Okay.
can do. We also here make some handmade boxes, wooden boxes
Mhm.
that we use. As, I think you have one, I believe, or no.
Yes. Where do you?
So
Okay.
we hand make those here too,
I
and
just okay.
and
Great.
that was
I've been looking.
it. Okay, so I can help you with that.
Okay. Yes, we'll talk about it
So
after. Yeah.
here's my brother
Mhm.
was a carpenter,
Okay.
and I worked with him as a kid, and I loved working with wood.
Okay.
It's one of my passions.
You just have all kinds of talents.
Yeah, I don't know talents, but I just like that,
Mhm.
and I work with wood a lot, and I
Okay.
like to restore things. And I I have a couple of guys that work with us in construction, so things that we
Okay.
do,
Uh-huh.
and one of them is a great carpenter, and so
Perfect.
so we make all this in house, and we have another local guy that uh, does the laser work on the wood, so you can put your name or your company logo.
Okay.
We use them for like realtors gift sets. You know, when somebody buys a
Okay.
house, you get your first set of coffee and mugs
Uh-huh.
in a wood box. So
That's
we can use it for
awesome.
your tequila.
Yes, absolutely. I'm
So
so glad because I've been like looking and I'm like, I don't know any carpenters. And so, okay,
you
we'll
will.
talk about this after.
Yes, we definitely will.
Yeah. So, going back to you buying your first, not your first, your second shop.
yeah. So I decided not to do tailoring, and
Mm-hmm.
a guy asked me if I wanted to open a shop with him,
Mm-hmm.
and he's not a tailor. He didn't know anything, and he
Okay.
said that he would do it. He would do the work, and I said, I just don't want to do the work anymore because it's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
But he convinced me. In 2009, I opened Memorial Tailors.
Okay.
Memorial Tailors has a little history, and which is why it's called Memorial Tailors.
Okay.
So remember, I told you I worked at a shop as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
That,
Back home.
but here, well, not as a
Oh.
kid, but as a young guy,
Oh. Okay.
the
Yeah.
guy that he allowed me to run the shop. So the
Mm-hmm.
shop was Memorial Tailors. So
Okay.
it already existed,
Oh. Okay.
and I worked for the shop, and it was on Memorial. So the guy, I had a great relationship with him, and I called him and I said, Don Carlos, do you think I could use that the old name? He said, man, I closed the shop years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it would be an honor
Oh.
to have it going. And I said,
Yeah.
got it. So that's what we did. And
Okay.
so Memorial Tailors was born, and I became a tailor again.
That's
So
awesome.
I worked a few years at the shop and
Mm-hmm.
with Charlie. I don't know if you ever met Charlie. And
I
then
feel like I have. I think I have.
in the beginning,
Yeah.
yeah. And then so my nephew
Mm-hmm.
also grew up at the shop as a kid
Okay.
with me here at the other shop.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as he turned 20 years old, um, I decided to open a new shop with him. So we opened our second shop called
Okay.
Memorial Tailors.
And that one's
That
located.
was in Cyprus,
Okay.
and which we don't have anymore
Okay.
because just in 2018 we decided to switch with Charlie. So Charlie went to Cyprus, and
Okay.
Elwin, which is my nephew,
Okay.
came to Memorial Tailors. So we're in charge of Memorial Tailors for all this time,
Oh, okay.
and
Awesome.
then we're growing.
Mm-hmm.
We're opening a new shop, which is our flagship store
Okay.
on Montrose. So right in the heart of the city, which is
Yeah.
what I've always wanted. So it's a combination of dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Dreams do come true.
Yeah, absolutely.
uh, so I've always wanted to own a shop in town,
Mm-hmm.
and I also wanted to buy real estate in town to open a shop. So
Okay.
it goes back to the principle. So I wanted to give back to what it gave me.
Okay.
So the shops, it gave me everything I have, and I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to give back to the shops. So the so the way it works is so the shops gave me real estate, and I wanted to,
Give the shop real estate.
yes.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's what we did. So we
That's
purchased
awesome.
an old building
Okay.
on Montrose. It
Okay.
was a 100-year-old building,
Okay.
and we restored it beautifully. So
Yeah.
it is an iconic building on Montrose.
When does it open?
Um, right after Labor Day,
Okay. Oh,
hoping
so soon.
extremely soon.
Yes. Okay.
So we just launched the website today that said that it's coming soon.
Okay.
So that is the most exciting thing that we've been working on, just because it's
Mm-hmm.
been painful and lengthy. It's been 3 years since we
Imagine.
acquired the property, but
Oh, really?
due to the economic conditions,
Yeah. The
it was
pandemic.
very difficult to finish it.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just now at the end of it uh, and ready to open. The sign is being installed, and it's
Oh,
just
congratulations.
so exciting in many ways,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and so this does a lot of things for us because Elwin is a young guy, and his customer service is amazing. He wants to
Mm-hmm.
grow, and he has all these dreams, and we really wanted to take the shop to a different level, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the sense of I like to believe that we are one of the best tailors in town, and
Mm-hmm.
we've been doing this for a long time. We know what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I believe that we're professional, and this new shop, it's about an experience also for the customer. We want the
Okay.
customer to feel extremely special when they
Mm-hmm.
come, and it's just everything that we wanted to do. We're also offering something that's not done in Houston. It's bridal packages,
Okay.
and that includes the groom can come with a whole bunch of guys and get fitted. So
Okay.
you can rent our special room,
Mhm.
that we are dedicated just for those parties.
Okay.
Um, with champagne, beer,
Okay.
so with drinks and
Mhm.
some amenities.
That's
Um,
awesome.
Eventually, we will offer. We'll work with photographers that can offer photo services
Okay.
at the same time that we are performing alterations.
Mhm.
So it's kind of unique experience
Mhm.
for groups. You know, so you're the bride. You come with your girls. It's just cool to on a
Mhm.
Saturday get all together, have some champagne, say some
Yeah.
mimosas, and get your dresses altered. You know, it's just
Mhm.
I think it's cool. So we're
I
looking
like
forward
that. Mm.
to working with a lot of bridal boutiques
Okay.
and doing that. So our business it's called Tailors and Bridal, just because we are fully dedicated to brides.
Oh, okay.
So
I didn't know that.
so yes, so that is our our goal.
Oh,
and
congratulations.
and we're also doing well. Thank you,
Mhm.
appreciate that. We're also doing uh, with the tailoring.
Mhm.
There's a couple of things that we're doing.
Mhm.
So we're training young kids
Mhm.
to do this, which is phenomenal. I've always known that is doable. We've done it many times with many people. Some of
Mhm.
my nieces also learn with me.
Mhm.
They also
Okay.
own a shop, a very successful shop in Houston.
Mhm.
And my nephew also learned with me. He
Okay.
also has another successful shop in Katy.
Okay.
So we do that. We
Yeah.
train people, and some of my friends want to send me their kids, their friends, and they say, "Hey, I want you to train this person."
Mhm.
So we're actually doing that. We have 4 new people at the store that we're training uh, to become this new era of tailors.
A tailor, that's awesome.
So
I don't even whenever I rip something, I'm like, "Okay, time to throw it away." I don't even know how to sew, like, a little hole or something.
and it's because we our moms used to do
Mm.
that, right? They used
Yes,
to
yeah.
and
And I never
nobody.
learned. I feel like she taught me how to do, like, very basic things, but by now, I'm like, "I'm just gonna throw it away." I don't even
It's
remember.
yes, it's everybody does that, and nobody really knows. I don't want you to learn how to sew a button, so you use me.
Smart.
Right? It's a trick. So,
Yeah.
but we are gonna offer sewing classes
Oh,
at
really?
this Montrose location eventually.
How
Not as soon as we
okay.
open, but we are working on
I have someone who might be interested.
that's just like what you said.
Yeah.
I have a lot of people that
Okay.
said, "Ooh, that sounds good."
Yeah.
Um, because I feel like I just read that the other day that people are buying sewing machines,
Mhm.
home sewing machines, and I'm like, well, they don't know how to sew, so we may have to teach them how to sew.
Right.
So we've been working on a small program of how can we teach people how to sew online,
Mhm.
right?
Oh, okay. So
Through
they can be anywhere.
anywhere. So it could be
Oh, that's
live
awesome.
classes or it could be recorded classes, right? So
Okay.
um,
I like that.
one on one, all
Uh-huh.
kinds of things. So not yet, but
Okay.
we'll let you know.
Well, I have someone in mind for you.
Oh, that's great. Please let me know.
Yeah. So how do you manage so many different businesses?
Uh, I don't do I don't do all the work at all. So we work with I have a great team of people that work with us,
Mhm.
and some people take care of the shops, and
Okay.
another person takes care of the coffee, and we do property management for our rentals.
Okay.
So we really do a lot of things,
Yeah.
and I don't think it's that hard, but
Really? Because I was gonna
if
ask
you
you.
have a great
Cause
team,
okay, yeah. So that's the key, having a team.
key
Okay.
building a team,
Okay.
building key people that can help you make this dream a reality, right? Because we all have
Mhm.
dreams and we want things, but we can't do it alone. We don't know
Right.
everything.
Yeah.
I don't know anything, you know. And so for me, is I have to depend on other people to help me in the journey.
Mhm.
And I think having a great team next to you that shares the same principles and wants similar
Mhm.
things,
Mhm.
it is phenomenal. Uh, I like to work with people that have this desire to learn,
Mhm.
and that's the most rewarding thing is teaching people things they want to learn.
Right. Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, how does he manage everything? Because I just started, the supplement line. I'm doing the podcast. I'm
How
working
is
with the
that going for
tequila.
you? So,
Great, it's going good. That's why I'm like, that's why I have Cassie with me now, which I haven't introduced her yet, but I will. And she's helping me, and I'm just like doing everything myself.
and you will see how it'll grow uh, more once you have this team, right, that works with you, and
What
it'll
advice do
make
you have for someone like myself who's just starting off?
um well, you are learning new ways of doing your business, right? So you're
Mm-hmm.
learning where your business will take you.
Mm-hmm.
I always like to feed the business, right? So let the business ask for it. Uh, what needs does the business have?
Mm-hmm.
And when you do everything, you don't even realize that you're just doing everything.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we do jobs that we don't do well, and we spend
Mm-hmm.
a lot of time on them, where
Mm-hmm.
we could easily have somebody do it, help us with the work,
Right.
and we could focus on what we do best.
Mm-hmm.
So I always say identify what you're best at
Okay.
and do that. And
Yeah.
what you're not good at,
Give it to somebody
give it
else.
to somebody else. You see, that is
Yeah.
in accounting,
Mm-hmm.
it is crucial
Mm-hmm.
in business,
Yes.
very crucial. So getting a good accountant is the best. I was reminded of that early on by the banks.
Yeah.
Uh, I used to use somebody that was not really that good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I realized that he wasn't really honest.
Oh no.
And the banks will tell me, man, I don't really like the way this guy does your taxes. You need to hire somebody better.
Mm.
And I did.
Okay.
And that changes everything.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
What's the difference? Because right now everything's.
so you
I don't want to say it's a mess, but it could be better. Yes.
and you learn it. So it's a
Yeah.
learning process. But
Mhm.
if you're willing to learn and listen to, sometimes we learn just by listening or seeing what other people do or how other people do it,
Mhm.
and we can learn a lot from it. Um,
Yeah.
but I think that outsourcing things you're
For
not
sure.
good at is the best
Yeah.
principle to follow.
I've learned that. But before we close off, we talked about Austin, but we didn't really talk about what it is that you have in Austin. Let's talk about that
So
real
we
quick.
have it started as a bed and breakfast,
Okay.
and then with no breakfast. So we do. So we most of our properties rent on Airbnb.
Okay.
So we have an Airbnb model that we use for some of our real estate investments. Not
Okay.
only in Austin, but we also do some in Houston.
Oh, okay.
Uh, and I like that.
Yeah.
That is a great model. So
Okay. So
uh,
you have it's called the Cove
the Cove
B&B.
B&B, yeah,
Okay.
and it's on Lake Travis. It's right
Mhm.
on the water. Uh,
I spent my
Perfect
birthday there
location.
last week.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you. That
It's a
was
lot of
awesome.
fun.
Yes, it's
Yes.
a big property, as you
Yeah.
know, and it's
Yes.
right on the water, and you can
Mhm.
go on a boat, you can rent a boat, and
Yes. We rented a boat, and then later that night, Mario showed up with another boat, and we're like, just it was a lot of fun.
it's a lot of fun. So that's great.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you did. So you're welcome anytime. Okay.
Thank you. And you said you have another one, right? So you have that the one we stayed at?
And we have so other houses. So we have
Okay.
different properties.
Oh, okay. So
Two
they
of
can
them are
just go and
nearby,
okay.
and I will send you the link so you can
Okay.
find them all. Uh,
Okay. So they can just search Airbnb and all of them
yes.
will come up.
Um,
I mean, not
Two
Airbnb, the
properties
Cove.
come up on the Cove because
Okay.
they're on the same property,
Okay.
and the rest are totally separate.
Oh, okay.
So
So they're not called the
no,
Cove.
not connected.
Okay,
So
okay.
just the Cove, which is our I say the paradise because it's just such
It,
a great property.
yes. It's so nice. We were out there roasting marshmallows at night.
Yes,
Yeah.
it just feels good being in the
Mhm.
nature and
Absolutely.
being right by the water, going on a
Mhm.
canoe,
Yeah.
sunset, the sunrise. All that is such a cool experience.
Yeah, we have some friends who are going to the river this weekend, and we couldn't make it, but we're like next time, and they're like, "Well, whenever y'all go back to the lake, let us know. We'll be there."
Lake is always a good time.
Yes, absolutely. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
Well, stay tuned because we have a lot of great
Mhm.
things coming.
Yeah.
The new shop in Montrose will be amazing, and we'll love to have you at the opening.
Oh, I would love to
So
be
we have
there.
like small event and
Mhm.
with music and everything. So and hopefully the food truck is uh, already operating, and you can
Uh-huh.
try our food.
Yes, I would love
So
to. Yeah.
um, so all that. So a lot of great news coming.
Okay. Well, y'all stay tuned for all of that. And thank you for
Well,
being here
thank you for
today
having
and
me.
talking to
Such a
us.
pleasure.